Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cordros Wealth Lounge. My name is Adenike, and I head the mass affluent team at Cordros Asset Management Limited. And with me here is my colleague, Koforola. She is a team lead of private wealth team at Cordros Asset Management Limited. With us today is Mary Oma Williams. She's our distinguished guest. Mary works with Montblanc.
Yes, you got that
And
right.
she will be talking to us today about luxury pens, ownership, and as a store of value. Welcome, Mary. Welcome to
Mary.
this episode.
Thank you very much. It's a
for
pleasure to
having
be
us.
here. I'm so glad to talk about what I do. My name is Mary Oma Williams. I'm a sales executive at the Montblanc store, which is an authorized dealership for Polo Limited. So Polo Limited has the dealership for Montblanc here in Nigeria, and they now have a standalone store at Palms Mall. And I'm here to tell you about what I do and take you into the interesting life on luxury pens, luxury writing instruments, as we call it at Montblanc. So pleasure to meet you.
Nice to have you
Fantastic.
here.
I
Nice.
can't wait for this conversation to kick off. You know why? Because let me give you a quick background. Sometime last year in December during
Yeah.
Christmas, I wanted to get my spouse a Christmas gift.
Okay.
And I asked, okay, what would you like? And he's like, oh, I like pens. I'm like, okay, pens. I'll go and buy a pen now. Buy a Rabi. So, I walked into your store
Yeah.
and, I was like, 200K should sort it now. Why not? And then I was hearing some prices in dollars, $650. And I'm like, wait, Biro, no, please. So, and it really got me interested. So
Thinking.
I wanted to know, like, what is it about these pens? So I said, you know what? Let me bring Montblanc to our podcast, and then you guys will give us the entire story. We want to know. So let me start by asking you, right? Give us a brief background of the evolution of luxury writing instruments.
Yeah.
Like when did it start, and when did it start gaining that popularity as a lifestyle?
So first of all, I would say, as a lifestyle, it comes with class and it comes with your level of achievement, as a human being, your love for art, basically. Writing instruments started from clay boxes. So you write on the clay, and from there they moved on to bamboo. So you shape the bamboos in a like a nib sort of way, and then from bamboos they moved to feathers. So using the feathers, you dip in the ink,
Yeah.
and so with feathers is you can't take writing anywhere. So now you can make a note while you're in a bus, while you're on the train. You can literally make notes, and that shows the evolution of writing. And then came fountain pens. So fountain pens came along, and you're able to carry the pen with you. So you're able to write while you're standing. There's no spilling of ink all over. And two important individuals came along and said, you know what? We want to take a risk, because there was still while you're sucking the ink, it spills. It was just a messy thing that everyone was dealing with. And then they come along and they say, how can we do this better? How can we eliminate that risk of, if you put a pen in your pocket, it's gonna spill. So that was an issue. And then they came up with Montblanc. At first it was called Simple Filler Pens. That was the first name, and the whole goal was to have pens, be able to stay in your pocket or in your bag and not spill. That was the first initiative they wanted to achieve throughout. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the first edition of pens that was made by the
interesting.
brand.
We would love to see it.
That was made by the brand. So I have here the Rouge et Noir collection.
I
Yes,
know this
so-
pen.
Yeah, so it's the first ever one that was made. You can have a look at it as well.
She's done.
Interesting. So there's ink in it.
No, it has a filling mechanism.
So is it refillable?
So they use liquid inks.
Okay.
So basically, you suck the ink and then you tap it, make sure it's not dripping.
Yeah.
There's a filler system as well, and then you can
Does it come in
write.
just this color?
No, this comes in orange as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was wondering, this with these types of pen, it's quite easy for the ink to spill, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then when you do it right, so you basically open it. This is called the barrel of the pen.
Right.
So you open it from here to a certain level, and then you can watch it when there's an ink bottle.
Yeah.
You suck it in, and then the ink, when it's complete, you close it back. You get a lint cloth because there's gonna be ink
Yeah,
spills
spill.
here. So once you clean it up and then it's all set, once you're set to write, it doesn't spill.
Okay.
Yes.
And what did you call it?
This is called the Rouge et Noir
Rouge
collection.
Rouge Noir.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this was the first that they ever made. And with Montblanc, they put so much work into it, the craftsmanship that goes behind the making of a pen. The fountain pens, the nibs, they go through 35 steps
Wow.
before they're being produced. So all of this comes with a certain level of precision. And I mean, when they started this, there were not many companies that were into pens as well. So they're part of the pioneer founders of the
Pen.
fountain pens. So that's just a little bit of the
So
history.
is Montblanc a French brand?
Okay, so we often get that question a lot. It's a German brand, but the Montblanc name is French. Montblanc. And basically, the name was gotten from the highest mountain in Europe, which is the Mountain Blanc, Mont Blanc, which means white mountain. So, and even the logo of the brand is taken after, if you have an aerial view of the mountain, you can see the snow peak. So like how the snow covers the mountains. Yeah, so that's where the emblem was taken from. And the reason why they went for that is they want to show that they're the apex when it comes to writing instruments. So the top, is significant. The mountain is also 4,810 meters, and you see a lot of that reference when it comes to their writing instruments. I think this one has it. No, the second one has it. So you can see that on the fountain pen, the nibs. This is called the nib of the pen.
Right.
So they're part of the pen. This is called the cap.
Yeah.
The body is called the barrel.
Right.
And then we have this as the nib of the pen. So on most of the nibs, I'll be showing you some. You would see 4810, which pays reference to the height of the mountain as well. And they also make their limited editions to 4,810, which is the height of the mountain. And then you have 888, which is the Chinese sign for lock. So it's a very creative brand. It's a very creative brand in general. Like I can say that they're limited editions and special editions. They crafted towards certain things. Each year there's a release for Patron of Art, Writer's Edition, and the Muses. So they take each person that has made a mark in the society, and then they do a pen after the person like to commemorate it. And it's very fantastic how they play around the features of the person's lives, in the pens. So,
Now, that brings me to this question.
okay.
So, are there collectors of pens? One,
Definitely.
no, you're going to answer that. Just hold on.
Okay.
We have collectors of pens in Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm wondering, like, are pens store of value? How? So, if I buy a pen today, can I resell it? Is there like a reselling market, or is it like a black market or retail market for it in Nigeria? I'm not saying, no, I have to travel to trade it. Can I trade it in Nigeria? And do we have collectors who, you can that have like a collection of like Montblanc pens from 1940 something or whatever?
Okay, that's a very good question. Currently in Nigeria, there's no resale market. Right. Although as a company, Polo Limited, we're trying to build that up. So we're just starting our resale department where you'll be able to resell watches, pens, and luxury items like that. But currently, there's no resale market in Nigeria. But abroad, there's definitely a resale market because when you look at the craftsmanship and the time that has gone to the making of some of these pens, and like I said, for all the fountain pens, their nibs are made of 18 karat gold. So definitely gold is a store of value. It's something you can always trade in. You need urgent cash and you can say, okay, this is a valuable piece I have. Although that will be limited to the special editions and limited editions.
Of course.
Yeah, so I mean, you won't just buy one in the regular flagship line and expect that you'll be able to trade it. There are Montblanc pens that range up to $300,000.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Biro.
So, yes.
You should say no. It's not just biro.
They're writing instruments.
Thank
Do you
you.
understand? So such, or like let's say you get to have the pen that John F. Kennedy used, because back then in the 1800s, I
Is
think
there something like that too?
yes, there is.
Oh,
He
wow.
handed the German chancellor a Montblanc pen to sign a treaty in the 1800s. So I'm sure that is archived in a museum somewhere.
wow.
So you can imagine if you have such piece, definitely the resale value is,
Right.
there's also the Meistersuk Solitaire that has 4,810 diamonds on it.
Wow.
Wow.
So, so
Okay, yeah,
such
that.
pieces, you understand, holds a lot of value, and that's why they do limited editions as well. So imagine you have one of 4,810. That's that's a statement piece.
Definitely.
That's a store of value for
Definitely.
you. So definitely, Montblanc pens are store of value. Yes, and then you can always resell them as well.
Interesting.
Okay, so considering the growing interest in sustainable and ethically sourced products, what is Montblanc's initiative? Like, what are they planning to do towards that in the nearest future?
Okay, so they have CSR projects that they do, and also when you look at the individuals that they take after, so for this year, or rather towards the end of last year, they released the first Patron of Arts collection. So we're going to be looking at artists and mirroring their lives, and we have
Nigerian.
Vincent.
No, sorry.
So what kind of artist?
What kind of artist? I was gonna ask.
This is a painter, Vincent van Gogh.
Okay.
And his artwork is, I think, admirable.
Where is he from? France?
Yeah, he's from France.
Okay.
So and he has like a couple of
Can I have a look at
museums
it?
all around the world. So for things like this, they go after people who have made notable mark. There's also one that is dedicated to John F. Kennedy. There's one.
Is it here?
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to see it. Interesting. I particularly like this one.
So the blue is taken
yeah, 'cause of the blue.
after his time in the Navy, and then is also the shade of blue that he wears, the jacket that he wears, like during his time in the presidency. The 3 rings also signify his 3 brothers that were very close to him.
Pretty.
So they take notable things like that and they mirror it after. They're also moving into digital age with things like the augmented paper. I should have brought that. It's a digital device that you can connect it to your mobile phone or your tablet while taking the traditional art of writing. We can't take that out of the world. Definitely. So it has a notebook and a Star Walker pen, and then what you write on paper, you can have on your device. You can see it on your device. You can edit it on your device. So you can basically make notes while you're at home, and you don't want to carry the whole folder home, but you can still read what you have on your notebook wherever you are. So they've also diversified into the digital age. They have AirPods, they have headphones, they have smartwatches. So they're moving according to the time as well. Although we don't want to lose that history of pen and paper. So, that's how we've been able to merge all of them together.
So do these pens that you mentioned, do they write the same, or are they like...
So according
similarities
to
or
your
differences?
preference, like the fountain pens have about 7 different type of nibs.
Okay.
And you can actually, they have an app as well that you can test how you write, and then you can tell which of the nibs you would prefer. Even for the rollerball and the ballpoint options, you have different types of nib refills. So I, for one, I don't like the broad. I don't have a fine handwriting, so I like the
slimmer one.
Yeah, the slimmer ones. So there's something there's medium, there's fine nib, even for the ballpoint and rollerball. So according to your preference as well, you can choose what works for you.
Okay, so are you saying that these pens have an impact on your handwriting, on the outcome?
The
or your
fountain
output?
pens, yes.
Do you have an
Eventually,
example of that
of the fountain pens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the fountain pen, and this was a very... So this was the Meisterstück collection.
Okay.
Meisterstück is a German word that means masterpiece.
Right.
And this was the flagship, the very first. After that one, I don't think they even made a sale from this one. But when they started to commercialize their works, this was a flagship line. Until
Wow.
today, it still maintains
So
its
how many
value.
years is this pen now?
It's 100 years to like in 2024.
Wow.
Yes, it started in 19 it started in
Wow.
1924, so it's 100
Wow.
years now. I'm looking forward to what the brand is going to release this year because we're
Can I hold
definitely
it,
going to
please?
celebrate it.
I like to see
Thank
it
you.
too.
We're definitely going to celebrate it. So the fountain pens, they use eight
Uh-oh. It's not gonna open. Oh.
yeah.
My dad used to have these
One of
types of
these.
pens. Growing up, he would just use this to sign. Always signature. He would never use like regular pens.
Can I have a look at it?
Sure.
All right, thank you.
So and the nibs are made of gold, so that also helps for it to be flexible. I know if you've seen artists or calligraphers,
Yeah.
eventually the nib takes the shape of your writing. Over time, if you're left-handed or if you're right-handed, it's going to follow that nib, and then when you come, you service it, but then you can just tell, and that's why people develop an attachment to fountain pens. Like you said, your dad writes
Yeah.
with. So the reason why he has that attachment is the pen has gotten used to his way of writing and will stay that way.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is made for me. There's that special
So
feeling
I think
that comes
that's
with
it
it.
with pens. There's
Yes.
this special attachments. Like, okay, this pen just works for me.
Yes, and
know.
you have an ink. For top executives, it might be green. You just it's
Yeah.
a sense of
Like a
belonging.
statement
Yeah,
for
the
yourself.
whole art of you're on your table, you're quiet,
Yeah.
you're just sucking in the ink, right? It's you develop a relationship with your pen.
I
And
want
that's
a
why,
Montblanc pen.
yeah, you see, and that's also why when you're able to pass it down, we've had
Oh,
clients
right.
coming and say, oh, my dad gave me my first Montblanc pen.
Wow.
He's late now, but I still have a piece of him. Do you understand? It holds such
creates a personal
sentimental
effect.
value. It really does. It's a beautiful art.
So can this pen can it be customized? So let's say I buy one and I want to put like my initials in
Yes. So I'll show you this one.
it. Okay.
That has my initials, which is Mary Oma
wow.
Williams.
Yay.
Yes.
I want one of that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it can be customized. We can do it on the nib. We can do it on the barrel, on the boxes as well. So some of them have very lovely fancy cases, and we can like put like a plaque. Companies usually want to put courtesy Cordros.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we can do that on the box of the pen while you put the initials of the client.
Okay. Quite
That also makes it a
interesting.
very good corporate gift. And that's
Yeah, of course.
a
of
very
course,
lovely
of course.
corporate gift. We have a lot of corporate organizations that come to us and say, you know what, we have a board of directors that we would like to gift, and just imagine getting a pen from your company.
know.
But a lot of the mindset in Nigeria is usually we think is money, 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 money. Like people like to get gifts and money, but then when you get money, you spend it and you just remember that, oh, this person gave me such money.
True.
But then when you have a piece, no matter how small it is, like you would always remember, oh, when I worked in certain place or when I turned 70, this person gave me a pen with my name on it. I think it's something to behold. It's a beauty to behold.
Let me ask, how long does it typically take to, like on the average, to make a pen?
I would say about 6 months to
Wow.
produce a pen. And like I said, the fountain pens have to go through different testing.
35
35
stages.
steps of testing it before they come out with it. And that's why they release new collections on half-year basis. So
Okay.
they've done Patron of Arts by June, or but by June we're going to have another collection that is being released, because it takes a whole lot to come up with how you want the story to be, what is this
What's it
new
about?
pen going to tell, what's it going to speak. The Star Walker spoke to exploration, people that are exploring the earth. The emblem is shaped like the earth, the dome of the
Oh,
earth.
yeah, I saw that.
Yes, and it has like
Yeah.
a floating emblem.
Yeah.
So So they're very
time.
detailed, and they
Mm.
take their time with everything, with the whole production. So yes, about 6 months it takes to produce one pen.
So what are the price ranges of these pens?
So they range from about $600
Okay.
and above. Like I said, we have the Meistersuk Solitaire that runs up to $300,000. Some of the pens here, I can tell you their prices.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have this one here that runs up to $4,500, and we
I
have
love it already.
We have the
Can I see it?
What's the name of that one?
Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah, he's an artist. I think you should look up his artwork.
Okay.
It's such a beautiful story, like the
I see
story of him.
1888. Oh yeah, there's Vincent here.
Yeah, so it's a very nice story.
Okay. Then
Trust
what
me.
about this one?
And then this one is Patron of Art to Queen Victoria.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, really, really, it does look like royalty
Yes,
somewhere around
yeah.
there.
So we have Queen Victoria, and then we have King Albert. So Albert has red, and the the clip of the pen signifies the staff, that they hold. You can see the cap of the pen
Yeah,
with
I
the
see that.
crown
It's
and the color.
screaming royalty.
And then I
Yeah.
can see
That's it.
something like "I will be good." What
So
does
that's
this
one
mean?
of her quotes as well. One
Oh.
of the things she often said.
Really nice. I like the personalized effects.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
So that's
It's
what
good.
also distinguishes the brand, in their writings.
Beautiful, Mary. Beautiful. I love your presentation of the pens. I'm already, telling myself, oh, I need to
I need to
gather
get
my
one as well.
funds and make sure that I cop one of these pens. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not somebody who has a fantastic handwriting. And the first time I used a Montblanc pen, I thought it was somebody else that wrote what I wrote down. And I was like, okay, you know what? I
There's
just
something
have to
about
cop one for
this.
myself.
Nice.
Oh, it's been a very insightful session, sharing your wealth of knowledge on luxury pens and the industry. We've learned so much today. And here we are already planning to cop our own Montblanc pens.
Definitely. I'm
ASAP.
actually going to do that myself as well. I really learned a lot from you today. Thank you
Amazing, amazing,
And
amazing.
Thank you for having me as well.
Of
And
course.
thank you to the viewers for watching. We hope that as you, graduate in life, and as you become a lover of art and a classy individual, we hope to see you at the store and, all of that. I'm so pleasure to be here, and thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much for
Absolutely,
joining
absolutely.
us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, viewers. I hope you have learned a lot from this session today. And until we meet again in another episode of Cordros Wealth Lounge, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.